This is a clip from my postcard to the PM and Chancellor. Never mind those full budgets, here comes the recovery. If you agree with the postcard, please share and/or contact your MP and ask them to view it and support unfreezing the personal allowance in the upcoming budget for the benefit of all. Thank you. The median is useful, but not in isolation. The distribution of income at PAYE is also needed to really grasp that inequality issue. A box and whisker plot or box plot shows this well. First off, you need a scale. This is an earning scale going from £0 to £60,000. Then you have a diagram like this. 2 whiskers on the end, a box in the middle. The left-hand whisker is the minimum value. The right-hand whisker represents the maximum value. The dashed line is the halfway mark at 50%. That's our median value. The left-hand side of the box is the lower quartile, or the 25% value. The right-hand side of the box, the upper quartile, or 75% value. Now our median value is 29,544. Slightly different to what we had previously, because on this distribution, they've used a 3-month moving average. So this example that I've given is a symmetrical distribution. It's just to illustrate it. So the maximum value is double the median value, 59,088. The minimum value is 0. My lower quartile will be half the median, so 14,722. And my upper quartile will be halfway between the median and the maximum value, at 44,360. Let's look at the real world, UK and just beyond. I'll round the figures just for ease. There are some 30 million payrolled employees. There are 40 million 18 to 64-year-olds. This data does not count the self-employed or the 12 million plus people of pension age. So our median value is around 29,500. Our lower quartile, 17,600. Our upper quartile, 45,100. The 10th percentile is around 9,700. So 15.2 million people earn less than 29,500. 7.6 million people earn less than 17,600. And around 3 million people earn less than 9,700. At the other end, above the upper quartile, some 7.6 million earn above 45,100. The Joseph Ranchi Foundation have published this, a minimum income standard for the United Kingdom in 2024. A single person needs to earn 28,000 a year to reach a minimum acceptable standard of living in 2024. A couple with 2 children need to earn 69,400 a year between them. The lower quartile is a key figure in terms of earnings. It's also about the level that the government defines as relative poverty in terms of household income. 6% of the median household income. If you are single and earning this, that's about £10,000 below the minimum income standard. It's also worth noting around 1.4 million pensioners are below that pension credit threshold, around 10 percentage points below the lower quartile. What's mean about using the mean for this sort of distribution? Well, there's our median, 29,500-ish. If you look here, your mean value is at £39,420. That's actually at the 70th percentile, i.e. very nearly. So nearly 70% of payrolled employees earn less than the mean. For many people, the mean and average are synonymous, as they think middle. Let's just expand our distribution somewhat. The actual distribution goes up every 5th percentile and actually ends with the 99th percentile. 99th is £191,484. So 1% of employees earned greater than £191,000. around 304,000 people. I just did a bit of linear interpolation, and if we look here from the 95th to the 99th percentile, an MP salary at 91,346 puts them in the top 5% more or less. The salaries of some 46 BBC journalists are greater than £178,000, so they're in the 2%. Although these are only 1% of PAYE earners, 300,000 people out of the 30 million that pay PAYE, the boxplot line literally goes on for miles. If I use this scale, £200,000 per 15 centimetre wide screen, how many screens would I need to reach Emma Walmsley's new £22 million pay offer? About 110. It's about 16.5 metres. You need a screen like that used at a major sports stadium. Further down the road, some 2,000 screens later, approximately 300 metres, and you would arrive at the CEO of Bet365, Denise Coates, and her whopping 2020 payout. £421 billion. All this pales into insignificance when you start to look at wealth rather than just pay. Take the UK's richest person, Gobi Hinduja, £37 billion. You would need another 185,000 screens, approximately 17 miles. However, £37 billion does not get you onto this last screen. Never mind 110 screens, we have to travel another 110 miles. Elon Musk's £271 billion fortune takes our boxplot around 127 miles from the start and closes the plot with our right-hand whisker. Whilst I'm mixing UK payroll earnings with the planet's ultimate wealth, I just wanted to illustrate inequality. Drawn to scale, our boxplot would stretch from London to Liverpool because wealth is even more unequally distributed than income. I created this plot back in March. Since then, the wealth inequality gap has just widened significantly. If Elon makes his Tesla targets, this boxplot will be 47 miles longer. Whilst my boxplot illustrates inequality, nothing does it better than unequal scenes. Johnny Miller kindly let me use this drone shot of Mumbai. As he says, billion-dollar houses in the form of skyscrapers exist next to vast slums covered in blue tarps against the monsoon rains. Fortunately, we don't have inequality on this scale in the UK, but our own relative inequality is still stark.